Hi everyone, I'm William Hadala, and today I want to cut through the noise about the state of drone manufacturing in the US and among our Western allies. There's been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, what we call FUD, circulating lately, and in some cases it's no accident. Some of this is likely amplified, if not outright paid for, by adversarial governments like the Chinese Communist Party. So let's set the record straight with facts, not fear. The idea that the United States and its allies are losing ground in drone development is not just false, it's strategically misleading. While some of this narrative is being pushed online to cause confusion or hesitation, the reality is very different. The US drone market is strong, growing, and technologically advancing faster than many realize. Companies like Skydio and Anduril have not only filled the vacuum, but have become global leaders in tactical, military, and autonomous UAV technologies. We're seeing serious policy commitments as well. In June 2025, new executive orders were signed to accelerate domestic drone production, reduce foreign dependency, and tighten supply chain integrity. This is not a market in retreat, it's a market preparing for dominance. Let's look at some numbers. The US drone market hit $7.6 billion in 2024 and is on track to reach $19.3 billion by 2033. That's a compound annual growth rate of over 10%. Tactical UAVs alone are projected to nearly double from $6.2 billion in 2025 to $11.4 billion in 2030. On the global stage, the drone market is expected to surge from $42 billion in 2025 to nearly $90 billion by 2030. This isn't speculation. These figures reflect real procurement, private investment, and innovation pipelines, and they're being driven by real demand, both in defense and commercial sectors. From NATO defense budgets to private sector autonomous logistics, drones are at the core of the next decade's strategic capabilities. For years, DJI dominated the drone market, especially among consumers, but that time is ending, not just because of market dynamics, but because of national security. The US government has made it clear. Federal agencies can't use Chinese drones, and there's bipartisan support to extend these restrictions across the board. Western companies have stepped up. Skydio made waves before transitioning out of consumer sales to focus on military and public safety. Companies like Brink, Teal Drones, under Red Cat Holdings, and Modal AI are producing NDAA-compliant systems designed for mission-critical use. In Europe, Parrot and Auterion offer open-source, modular platforms with strong cybersecurity frameworks. These are not just replacements, they're upgrades. Designed to meet evolving operational needs, they prioritize trust, resilience, and interoperability. So what does this mean for the hobby drone market? The reality is, the age of powerful drones in everyone's backyard is fading. DJI still dominates for now, but alternatives exist, especially for hobbyists and makers. Parrot's Anafi line is still available. Open source projects like ArduPilot and iNav enable enthusiasts to build drones without relying on Chinese platforms. These aren't for everyone, but they represent a secure, sovereign path forward. But we also need to talk about responsibility. Cheap drones in the hands of civilians are no longer innocent gadgets. Ukraine showed us how off-the-shelf drones can be weaponized overnight. That's not theoretical. That's real-world conflict. And that wake-up call is being heard loud and clear in Washington. We're entering a new phase. Federal drone registration is becoming more stringent. Airspace restrictions are being digitized. And most importantly, counter-UAS policy is coming. The Department of Justice is preparing new legislation that will give law enforcement greater authority to monitor, track, and neutralize drones in sensitive areas. Expect this to become reality within the next few years. Drones are no longer just a tech toy. They're flying computers with strategic implications. From border security to energy infrastructure to urban defense, they're now embedded in how we think about national resilience and homeland security. This shift will not just impact manufacturers. It will affect hobbyists, educators, public safety departments, and private enterprise alike. The FAA, DOJ, and DoD are aligned. Drones must be regulated, secure, and accountable. So here's the bottom line. Ignore the FUD. The US and its allies are not just keeping pace. They're shaping the future of drone warfare, drone logistics, and drone innovation. While DJI may still dominate the low-end market, its time as the only option is over. The ecosystem is diversifying, and Western-built drones are here to stay. This is not a time for panic or propaganda. It's a time for investment, innovation, and clarity. If you're in the drone space, stay informed. If you're in national security, stay ahead. And if you're a hobbyist, start thinking like a pilot, not just a tech enthusiast. The airspace is changing, the rules are coming, and the stakes are higher than ever. Thanks for listening. Stay sharp, stay secure, and stay free. And stay